All right, here we go. Florida Algebra 1 EOC Sample Practice Assessment. I want to take this time to go over the questions with you in a video format so you have something at home that you can look at, as well as what we're doing in class. Hopefully you have printed a copy of this off of the headline. It's there under the news. you got the answers there also. This will give you something to look at to see how to do it all, to combine with what we do in class, help you prepare for this test. All right, we're going to start off here. I'm going to try to keep these in about 15-minute bursts so that you don't get inundated with this stuff, so you take breaks in between. We're going to start off right at the beginning with A 2.3. You can see it there at the top. Hopefully cover two of these benchmarks in this session. We start off here with problem 1, which could be a function. Remember, we talk about functions when we're looking at graphs or shapes. We're talking about the vertical line test. Okay, you should be able to take a vertical line across these, and that would look like this right here. Find my marker here. Here we go. So, given the graph, okay, if we had a circle, or if you want to make it a square or a triangle, however you want to do it, it doesn't matter. But when you take that vertical line through it, if you hit more than one time, and here we hit twice, okay, not a function. Same thing would happen if this was a square. Same thing would happen if this is a triangle. But if we had a line going through here, and you take the vertical line test, boom, you see you only hit it one time. You're only hitting it once. So the line is the function, okay? So when you look back here, boom, your answer is D, line, okay? So pretty straightforward stuff there. We covered this in class. Here we go, question 2. Okay, Maria goes on a road trip. Gas costs $3.27 per gallon, and her hotel costs $129 per night. Write an equation that represents the total cost of her trip if G is the number of gallons and N is the number of nights. Okay, all right, well, let's take a look here. $3.27 per gallon. So you're multiplying it by the number of gallons. $129 per night. If you stay N nights, it's 129 plus 9. You want the total charge? We just add them up. Okay, pretty straightforward there. And when you look back over here, which one matches up with that? And that's G. Okay, not too tough right there. Let's look at number 3. Tiffany and Dominique go to dinner. They share a dinner entree special that costs $20. They share it. Okay, so you're only buying one of those. They also each have a piece of chocolate cake that costs $3.50 a piece. How much will the dinner cost for the two of them? Not individually, but for the two of them. So you have $20, and then two of them each had a $3.50 piece of cake. You want to find the total charge, you add them up, and that's 20 plus the 7, and that equals $27. Okay, we look back here, answer A. All right, pretty good so far. Moving right along. Problem 4, Jalexa babysits to earn spending money. The table below lists her charge for how many hours she has worked. So when you look at what she's doing here, in 2 hours she charged $15, 3 hours $22.50. Now she's going to charge the same amount for each of her each time she works. So it's not like you got to figure out, well, she charged this person one thing and this person something else. It's the same for all of them. So if she charged $15 for 2 hours, she's charging $7.50 an hour. So the total charge to somebody would be $7.50 times the number of hours that she worked. Okay, and when we look back here, that's answer B. C equals $7.50 times the number of hours that she worked. That's her charge. All right. Problem 5. U-Haul charges $39.95 plus 89 cents per mile to rent its largest 26-foot truck. The function below is used to calculate the rental charge, where M represents the number of miles of the van. They're giving you the formula. F of M, the total charge, equals $39.95 plus 89 cents per mile times M. So if the total charge is $77.33, let's get rid of this. $77.33, and that was equal to the $39.95 plus 89M. Solve for M. Subtract over your $39.95. So we're subtracting here, so we're going to borrow 1 here. Comes 2. This is 13. Minus 5 is 8. Got to borrow again from here. Make that 12. That's 3. Going to borrow again from here. Makes that 16 minus 9 is 7. And we get 37.38. And that equals 0.89 M. Divide out your 0.89 M because that's multiplication right there. So we do the opposite operation. That's division. And when you divide that out, you get M to equal, where are we at here? We're on number 5. We get 42 miles. Okay, so that's how far they traveled with the U-Haul. Now when you put that in, remember either you're going to put it in so it's all the way to this side, or it's all the way on the other side, but don't write the 42 in the middle. I think you guys are pretty good at that. You've taken enough of these tests to know that. Okay, just a little reminder. Problem 6. Given f of x equals negative 4/5 x plus 7, what is f of negative 15? Remember, f of x is just y. It's another way of writing y. In shorthand, we can say find y when f is negative 15, or when x is negative 15. So we're just going to plug that in. So let's get rid of this. So we're back here. So we want to find f at negative 15. So we're going to take our negative 4/5, and don't let the fractions throw you. Just write this as a fraction, negative 15 over 1. Then we're going to add the 7. Okay. Remember, you multiply straight across. You can cross cancel here, but we can multiply straight across here also. So we're going to get a negative times a negative is a positive. 4 times 15 is 60. 5 times 1 is 5. Then we'll add the 7. 5 goes into there 12 times, plus the 7. We get 19. There's your answer right there. And when you look over here, that's answer D. Okay? Answer D. Just plug in the negative 15 for x and solve it. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. All right, now we're moving on to the next benchmark, 2.4. Determine the domain and range of a relation. Remember domains and ranges. Domain is the x value. The range is the y value. The relation is the set of ordered pairs. Okay? Very similar to what we just did. If we're defining this function right here as f of x equals x squared minus 3x plus 12, and the domain is negative 4, 0, 1, and 5, what's the range? Just plug each of those back in. Okay? So we'll start off plugging in the negative 4. So I come back over here. Whoops. Let's get rid of all of this. Come back here. So we start off here. We're going to go f of negative 4. I'm just going to plug in the negative 4 and for the x just like I did before. So it's negative 4 squared minus 3 times negative 4 plus the 12. So negative 4 squared we know is 16. Negative 3 times the negative 4 or minus the negative 12, that's going to be plus 12. Plus the 12 again, that's 24 plus 16 is 40. And when you look at your answers, the only one that has 40 in the set is D. Okay? And if you just want to double check and plug your 0 in there, try another point, you get 12. D again is the only one that has 12 and the 40. So your answer has to be D. So when you look here, there's your 12 and your 40. You notice nobody else has that. So, I mean, if you want to plug in the 1 and the 5, you can. But you can already see right here that you got it. Okay? Problem 2. Given the relation, here's a set of ordered pairs, which is given the relation is not a function. So this cannot be a function. That means that one of these x values has to repeat. And so far they don't. -5, -1, 4, -8, and x. What's the maximum value for x such that this is not a function? Well, then that x has to equal the biggest number of these, which is 4. So your answer is 4. Either write a 4 here or put the 4 here. Just don't put it in the middle. So when x is 4, that's the biggest number that you can choose for x. That would mean that this is not a function, because there's already a 4 here that's bigger than the -8, the -1, and the -5. Okay? So answer is 4. Problem 3. School store sales fluctuate from month to month. From the graph above, what is the range of sales over the 9-month period? Well, range, so we're talking y value, and you can see sales are along the y here. Okay? It looks like on the bottom end, the least amount of sales they had is a little over 150. And the most they had is a little bit more than 650. So which one meets that? Well, these two are x's, A and C, so forget those. We're concentrating on the y's. 0 to 800 is the whole range of the scale here, but 175 to 650 or 670, that better quantifies what our range is for y. Y is greater than or equal to 175, which is pretty much on right there, and it's less than or equal to the 670, pretty much on right there too. So answer B would be your best answer there. Okay, that's going to conclude this video here. We'll pick up on the next one, moving on with the next set of benchmarks. Okay, hopefully this has been helpful for you. We'll keep doing this, give you something else to prepare you for this exam. All right, see you.